Welcome to 2023, The Profile. And this week in the comfy chair is my friend JR. I call him JR, but his name is John Rodda. How are you, Johnno?
Very well, thanks, Gaz.
Mate, it's so nice to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
How have you been?
Very well, thank you.
Excellent. Johnno, tell us where you were born. Let's start from
Born,
the
I was born in Eastman Manor and brought up in Hammy Hill.
The old Hammy Hill boys.
Hammy Hill boys, mate.
And do you play any instruments, Johnno?
I learnt classical piano for a couple of years, but after 2 years of playing scales, I thought, no, this is a bit boring. I'll go back to twiddling the knobs.
Twiddling knobs?
Knobs, yes, doing sound.
I'll just turn this up here because I can't hear you properly. And
I'll
put this special machine there and press that button there. Yeah, is that better, mate? Yeah, thank you. So, so what was the turning point in your life where you, obviously I know you for sound, I know you for lighting and all that sort of stuff. You did fallback for us for years, but how did that all eventuate?
Well, I mean, it first started when I was 9 years old. My brother and John Goldsmith had a band called House of Lords.
Oh, right, yeah.
And used to sit in the garage and listen to them.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of got me into sound. And then when I was about 16 and a half, I was at the Hammy Hill pub with one of my friends. He had a band. And their sound guy walked out. And they got up on stage and said, and this is our new sound guy, John Rodda. And I looked down and here's this 6-channel mixing desk. And I thought, what are all these knobs for? And that's where it originally started.
I'll just adjust that knob again.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
I know what I'm doing here. Down. So, you actually worked at Cosmic, didn't you?
Yeah, I started there probably in my early 20s.
Yep.
AJ took me under his wing.
Arthur James, for those who don't know. Yeah,
yeah, Arthur James, and started doing shows with him. I think the first one was John English in Geraldton.
Okay.
But I was actually setting lights up, which I'd never done before, but Mr. Goldsmith threw me in the deep end. And then actually driving back in the big truck, went round this corner and the truck almost tipped over. And I went, AJ, what's going on? He said, oh, I forgot to tell you, one of the tyres is flat at the back. I went, oh, thanks, mate. You know?
I love it.
Good old
So, Cosmic PA, higher sound.
Yeah. And we did shows like with George Thorogood and Max Merritt, Billy Thorpe, UB40. Did a lot of shows. But AJ taught me a lot.
And you toured over East a lot as well, because I remember
I
come
first went over there with Fingerprints.
Yeah.
And they just bought a big Hurler system PA.
It's amazing how much money we were all lending in those days.
Exactly. And their PA was bigger than any band over East. And the first gig we did, we were supporting Annie Lennox in the Tourists.
Yeah.
And I was doing fallback. And what a way to learn. Having someone throw beer cans at you.
Annie.
Yeah. Turn my fallback up.
Turn it up, Johnno.
Whisper when she used to sing.
Yeah.
So I rang up Whitey here and said, Whitey, Annie's coming over and I think you better make a big fallback system, mate. And you got the biggest fallback system you could get for her.
Yeah, but I remember yelling at you many times, turn it up, Johnno.
Yeah, you get used to it, yeah.
So that was 78, 79. That was over East, actually.
Yeah.
Who else over there did you work for?
I worked with Men at Work, Mental as Anything, Barnsey, Cold Chisel, Swanee. The list goes on and on. But they were good days. And most of the bands that we worked with weren't even very well known at that time.
But then they got popular.
Yeah, and I had this band over there and they said, Johnno, would you like to come and do sound for us? And I said, oh no, I'm quite happy with the fingerprints.
Yeah.
And little did I know, they brought out a song a couple of months later called What About Me?
All right. Moving pictures.
Yeah, and I turned it down. Brilliant decision.
That was probably as bad as Des Jones turning down the Farris Brothers or
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So you went back over east with fingerprints after that?
Yeah, I went back over there and yeah, tried to make it over there with fingerprints and worked with a lot more bands over there, but Sydney just, it was a bit fast for me, so I decided to come back and work for Cosmic again, back over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I went over there and same. I found it very fast. And
yeah, plus being a roadie at that time, and every gig over there was like 3 or 4 flights upstairs.
The leagues clubs.
You got to carry them. Parramatta Leagues was 72 stairs.
Yeah, yeah. And
when we did it with Barnsey, the first time, all the roadies said, look, this is rubbish, 20 tonne of gear up all these stairs. So the next time he hired a crane and he lifted the pan up to the top floor and just loaded it straight in.
Love it.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, I find Perth even too much for me now. That's why I live in Mandurah.
Yeah.
Keep going down south. So what was your favourite band of all time, Johnno?
Favourite? Well, it's hard to say. I mean, they're what, Perth band or
what? What inspired you? Was it the Beatles? Was it the Deep Purple?
Joe Cocker was my, and I actually, when I was about 17, 18, working for the Drifters, after the show we went to Pinocchio's, and they decided to get up and do a show, and they said, Johnno, do you want to sit with a couple of our friends while we get up and do the show? And I said, yeah. And they said, oh, Johnno, this is Joe Cocker. And I'm going, you're joking.
Yeah.
And so I sat down and drank with Joe Cocker, which blew me out because he was my idol for so many years.
Well, I know you worked with Tora Tora, so Forky must have blown you out even more.
Well, Forky, well, he was only 19 when I first worked for him, but I could always tell he was always going to be a front man and he was always going to do well. Yeah. Because he just had that persona, the personality. Yeah. And Tora were actually a bit ahead of their time, like Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Forky's still going, which is good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I ended up working with them a lot at the Vegas because I was in-house at the Vegas for a while.
So was that a full-time job you got at the Vegas?
Yeah, that was full-time. Worked with a lot of different bands there, which was great.
Didn't you do Flying Fonzarellis as well? Like
I did Flying Fonzarellis when they first started. Then about a year later, left them. And I think I started at Gobbles.
It's the night after, I think.
Yeah, not long after, which was excellent because I was working with Arthur again. Yeah.
We had a good time in those days.
And that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it was unbelievable.
It's lucky to be alive after working there. Which is
well, we just had the reunion a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that was brilliant. And the band sounded brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, isn't it, after all these years? And
Oh, it was amazing.
And it's like a family.
The band was just as good as they were back then.
Yeah, it's amazing. Because we only had, a rehearsal and then
but it was a bummer to lose Arthur.
Yeah.
But after that I left and worked for Kevin Bloody Wilson. Yeah. For about 9 years, touring all around the place, South Africa, New Zealand.
How did you find that, Johnno?
Well, it's pretty full on because we would do 6, 7 shows a week for 6 to 9 week tour.
Wow.
And then we'd come back for a couple of weeks and we'd go to another city for another 6 to 9 weeks. Yeah. So it was pretty full on for 9 years.
And he always packed it out.
Yeah, in South Africa, even though they weren't allowed to sell these CDs, we were doing like 2 shows a night
Wow.
because it was just packed out
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved him.
So you went to New Zealand, South Africa, all over the world.
Yeah, it was.
And so, what after that? Did you want to sort of settle back down?
Yeah, well, after 9 years on the road, you don't have a life. You can't have a life.
Yeah.
So yeah, came back and finished with Kev, and went and worked for Rosie O'Grady's in Fremantle.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember our generation. I think we played there.
Yeah, our generation. Yeah. Nearly every band in Perth played at Rosie.
It's called the Federal now, isn't it?
Yeah, back to the Federal. Back to they turned into a yuppie place.
It's funny. I played with Darren Reed there recently, and it's like a lot of young kids all pushing up the front. There's no barriers. It's like,
oh, really?
It's really different.
I didn't even know that they had a stage there.
No, we play outside.
Oh, really? Yeah, in the back beer garden.
Yeah, it's just packed.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
That's amazing, because when they first bought it, they actually took the stage and the lights out.
Yeah.
And it kind of died after that. So
it's funny because the young kids of today, and I'm talking, 20 to 25-year-olds, they're all up the front. They're really excited. They love all the old music. They just love it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But that's, probably Fremantle, because I've always loved bands down there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to see that. I love all types of music.
Yeah.
Except for maybe thrash.
Yeah.
And rap with the Silent C.
So, because Rosie O'Grady's, remember we used to have the bands inside, but the Federal.
Yeah, outside.
I've only done it outside. So,
yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah.
So, other jobs throughout your life? Anything?
I did just about everything. I did everything from selling cars to selling shoes at Bets and Bets.
Wow.
I'd finish there, go and work at the Chelsea Tavern, then go and work at Gobbles.
Wow.
And and it was just 3 jobs at once, which was good, but I did brickies labouring, carpenters labouring, sign writing, house painting, you name it, I did it.
Wow.
Well, music business, there was always times when you didn't have work, so you just had to learn to do anything to survive, basically. Yeah.
And like, if you were stranded on a deserted island, I always ask this question: what album would you take with you? What's your favourite?
Probably
album?
Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doobie Brothers. I like Doobie Brothers. Yeah.
We had them at Gobbles. I don't know whether you were there when they came up and played with us up there, but yeah.
But I saw them when I was about 16, 17 at Wacker, I think it was.
Yeah.
But the first concert I saw was Led Zeppelin at Betty Park Swimming Pool, I think it was.
That was 71, maybe, or?
Yeah, it was pretty early.
Like that,
I was pretty young.
Because Deep Purple did it as well, I think. And
yeah,
a few others.
And the last concert I saw was probably Simply Red at Kings Park. Friend David Poole, he got me in there, and it was probably one of the best concerts that I've ever heard. It was absolutely, the sound was brilliant.
Yeah, well, they used to come up to Gobbles. Well, they came up to Gobbles, and because across the road, Entertainment Centre, when we were there. But Simply Red were
Oh, they were amazing.
Pretty amazing band. Yeah. So, what your favourite TV show growing up, Johnno?
Favourite TV show? There was a few of them, but like Get Smart. I love comedies. Comedies are great. But Get Smart was probably one of my favourites.
Yeah. And what unfulfilled ambitions do you have? Do you have anything that you wish you could have done that you didn't do? Or
No, I'm getting back, well, I'm doing 3D printing now, but I'm also getting back into doing a bit of art.
This here.
Oh, look at
You
that.
brought this.
Amazing.
Look at that, the profile. I mean, is this like a hat? Or?
Yeah, that's it. That's just got to cut the bottom out and it should fit. I should have made it a bit bigger, actually.
It should be, does it illuminate in the dark?
It certainly does.
You can't turn the lights up, can you, do that?
No.
But it would be good, wouldn't it, if you could? Why can't you do that?
We tried.
You tried, okay.
But anyway,
no problem. I wasn't here.
Art. I'm just starting to get back in doing a bit of art, which I started doing years ago, and I'm trying to do that again,
Yeah, cool. And so do you collect anything, Johnno?
Lighters, cameras, lighters. All different, novelty lighters.
How many lighters have you got? About 90? How many lighters you got, JR?
I've probably only got about 40 or something like that.
This guy's a hoarder.
Is he?
He's moving to Ellenbrook, right, in a smaller house. I don't know what he's going to do with everything he hoards. He's got collections of everything.
Has he?
Yeah, but it's not about him, so let's move
But
on.
lighters, I like novelty lighters and cameras. I've even got a camera about this big.
Wow.
That, it looks like a Canon camera, but miniature. But
I've got about 12 cameras around my house, in the house, outside the house.
Security cameras.
Yeah. Are you doing sound today?
Sound?
Yeah, you doing anything?
No, I haven't played with any knobs since 2016.
Here you go, look.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
Yeah, 2016.
Playing with some knobs in 2023.
Because since 2016, the old music business has died, which, And
COVID didn't help, did it,
Well, we've got, what's his name? The rapper from years and years ago. In the 90s.
Eminem.
Eminem, we got him to thank for that.
Right. Do you like Eminem?
No.
I love him. I reckon he's great.
No, I remember doing a big day out over here with him, and the audience wasn't liking him too much, and he knew it.
Yeah.
And it was 40 degrees, and there was a above ground swimming pool for all the roadies and blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he come off stage with a knife and cut a big hole in it.
Oh, wow. In the swimming pool?
Yeah.
Really?
So everyone was just about to kill him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
it was pretty hot.
Sorry, there's a lot of people that like rap music and that, but most of it's so depressing. Music to me was for people to relax and have a good time, and where the old rap music tends to be a bit depressing, and it's a drum beat.
Yep, okay, no worries. Let's move on. So what would you put on your gravestone?
On the gravestone? Well, it was already mentioned before, like I told you I was sick, but I can't use that one anymore. Probably turn it up.
Turn it up. Because that's what they've been throwing
turn
at
it
you.
up. Well, it's either turn it up or turn it down. You'd get people at every gig, they couldn't make their minds up.
Yeah. Is there something we don't know about JR that you want to share with us, or?
You don't know about me. Oh, I used to wear platform shoes and cuffed pants when I used to dance at the discos at Pinocchio's, but that's the other thing not a lot of people know. I knew Panther. You know Panther?
No, Panther.
Well, I knew Panther when he was 17.
Yeah.
And he used to wear platform shoes and cuff pants because he used to work for Peter Shearer.
He was always cutting edge, Panther.
He used to work for Peter Shearer selling clothes, and he had short hair.
That's right.
Yeah, him and I used to go around the nightclubs in those days, and then I didn't see him for a long time. And when I went to Sydney, I went to the Mansell Room, which is a hangout for musos. And I look over, and I went, oh, is that Panther? Long hair, jeans, and I thought, Jesus, a lot changes in 6 years. Yeah. But he was a good man too.
Yeah.
Panther.
Yeah, not with us anymore, is he?
No,
Yeah.
no. He was a good sound guy, Panther.
Yeah. There's a lot of people, isn't there, in our industry that aren't with us anymore.
Oh, lately it just happens every week, basically. But, you know, we're all getting to that age and,
Yeah.
yeah, people our age in the music business years ago tend to like a bit of a drink and
Yeah.
a bit of a party. And so I suppose the bodies are giving up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny the people I work for now in solo, they're 45, the owners, and they go, wow, you go to a lot of funerals.
Yeah.
And I do.
Well, you do. I mean, it's a pity that's where you catch up with a lot of old friends.
And it's a great thing
yeah.
to reminisce and do that. And
well, there's not many weddings these days, so you've only got the funerals to catch up with people.
I don't think anyone will come to my funeral, so, because I won't be alive probably. But anyway, so is anything else you want to talk about, Johnno? Because I'm done. I'm done.
Well, I'm done, mate. There's probably a lot more things I could mention, but
please,
at the moment,
can you tell us anything that went on the road, or is there something you think
on the road?
It's not too delicate.
It's no. Probably Troubadours was a funny band to
tell me about the Troubadours.
Tour with. I mean, people like Jim Rossiter and Bill Blissett and Peter Ball and
unbelievable.
Hoss and all that. It was like a comedy show.
Yes.
But I've never seen anyone drink so much, a band, and get on stage and not make one mistake.
Wow.
They were unbelievable.
Yeah. I saw the Troubadours a few times. They were pretty good. So a tribute to Johnno.
Mm.
Okay, that's what I was going to talk about. So we're doing a tribute for you.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
WA Musos Club.
Much.
Okay, so a night with Johnno, an outdoor concert. Why outdoor?
Because of the size of the crowd.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of thousands of people coming.
Popular.
Yeah, so it's featuring a lot of really good artists. I'll go through them. Yeah. Okay, we've got Pink and Whitebridge. Right? We've got Wayne Green and Lee Sappho and Andrew Morgan.
Excellent. I mean,
brilliant people. Michael Videlli and Lee Miller.
Yeah, amazing.
And Gerard.
Gerard?
Yeah, and Gerard Monique is not written here.
No.
But when you mentioned Gerard. Alf Damassi and Richard Roberts. Look at the lineup. Richie Pavlivas.
Yeah.
You know. Steve Brazier and Ray Van Ross. Jay Yates and Sam Musker.
There's some guy called Gary Dunn there too, isn't there?
No, we won't mention him. Don't.
No.
Jamie Page and Shannon,
Mm-hmm.
right? You've got Kevin Conway,
Amazing.
David Gillen and Steve Gard, both great
Stevie.
musicians.
Yeah,
Stevie
when I
Gard.
worked with Invaders.
Yeah, Invaders.
Yeah.
Pecco, Gardy.
Pecco, John Worrell.
Yeah, far out.
Jamie Page, yeah.
Bless them. Some of us aren't with us anymore, but Slim Jim and Sean Davis.
Yeah, well, you've got to mention Slim Jim.
Yeah, of course. And the Pierre de Resistance, Ian Falk.
And
Darren Reed.
And Darren.
And Gary Dunn. And look,
And Gary Dunn.
Darren's so generous. He donates to PA. We've done many of these shows. We've raised a lot of money for people, and Darren is always there. He's a champion.
He's amazing. He just keeps on going.
Yeah. And he looks after everyone, and really appreciate that. And look, it's $10 entry. All money raised goes to Johnno, and we wish Johnno well. And we thank Johnno. It's at the Lake Munga Bowling Club, Wednesday, March the 1st. So please come along, because all your muso friends will be there. There'll be lots happening. Doors open at 6:30. Thank you, producer.
And that's the thing I've got to say about being in the music business all my life. Is the people in it are just amazing.
Yeah, and that's what makes a difference. And that's why we're doing this night for you, because you've always been amazing.
Well, most of the time.
You have. Well, okay.
There were the
60% of the time you've been amazing, Johnno. But no, mate, we appreciate everything you've helped us out with over the years.
I appreciate you guys doing this.
Yeah. No worries, mate. You're welcome, and let's have a good night.
We will.
Yeah.
We definitely will.
Thanks for coming in, mate. John Rodda, JR.
Thank you.
The legend as we speak.
Thank you.
That's another episode of The Profile, folks. Thanks for joining us. and tune in for the next one. Thank you.
Well, he said, "Now, son, this ain't right. You can't go on doing this every night." I turned around to see where he had gone. He was with my buddies, pulling a cone. He'd been smoking and drinking, drinking and smoking, smoking and drinking, drinking and smoking, smoking and drinking, drinking and smoking, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, 6 months we was out on the road, playing the towns and towing our load. My mother said, "Hey boys, how do you cope?" It's all in a bottle and a bag full of dope. We've been smoking and drinking, drinking and smoking, smoking and drinking, drinking and smoking, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, she grabbed me and she tugged at my arm. Well, she said, "Oh, hey, that stuff will do you so harm. Once you start, you'll just want more. Oh, and by the way, do you know where I could score?" She'd been smoking and drinking, drinking and smoking, smoking and drinking, drinking and smoking, smoking